Hey, science detectives, it is time to investigate the answer to a new scientific question. What will dissolve? Whoa! I've got some testing materials. Gummy bears, sand, sprinkles, baking soda, potting soil, pink sugar, salt, some plastic cups to stir in, warm water and cold water. What's gonna happen with the mystery of what will dissolve? Our first question is, what does it mean to dissolve anyway? And how can water make things dissolve? And what are we going to do? Well, to dissolve means to become one with the water. It means that when we stir it together, we don't see the stuff anymore. Will we see salt still after we stir it into the water? Will we see sprinkles, or will it dissolve? What about sand? We have to do some scientific investigating to find out. But to dissolve means to disappear into the water. The particles are so small that we can't see them. And what difference does hot water or cold water make? Do you remember what we know about hot and cold things? About the molecules moving fast or slow? Another word we can learn is solvent. Can you say that? Solvent. Water is a solvent. That just means that water can dissolve things. But you knew that already because every time you wash your hands, the water dissolves the soap. Right? Think of all the times that water dissolves things for you. Water is a solvent. So, there's two more big scientific words down here. We're going to use them when we start seeing whether things will dissolve or are soluble or they don't dissolve, which means they are non-soluble. Okay, Duke Dogs, I'm going to keep on my scientific investigator hat while we do our scientific investigations. First of all, which item do we want to try to dissolve first? I'm going to choose the pink sugar. I'm going to grab a cup that I can see in, and I'm going to put some sugar in it. Now, we have to decide whether we want to use the hot or cold water. And will it matter? We're going to do a comparison. We're going to do one with hot water and one with cold water. What do you think is going to happen, Duke Dogs? Now, if it dissolves, we won't be able to see the little crystals anymore. I don't know what's going to happen with the color, but if it doesn't dissolve, we'll still be able to see the little crystals. So, let's do cold water first. Stir it. Stirring, 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 stirring. I'll try the warm water. Stirring. Is there any difference? Whoa. There are things in there. Can you see the things floating around? I don't even know what that is. But it was in with our sugar. Wonder, ooh, it smells like juice. But I'm going to move the camera so you can see at the bottom of these, oops, at the bottoms of the cups. See how there are not as many particles at the bottom where the hot water was. You know what that means? We need to do this again. Use something different. Okay. Okay, let's try some of these sprinkles with cold or hot water. I'm gonna try cold water. See what happens. I still see the sprinkles. The water's turning a different color. Let's let that sit for a minute. Let's try the salt. So let's see if the salt is soluble or not soluble. Will the water work as a solvent? We'll have to find out. Let's pour some warm water in. I turned the water cloudy. It's not clear right now, is it? But we'll be able to see whether the salt dissolved by looking at the bottom. We're going to let that settle. Let's see what the... Oh goodness, does it look like the sprinkles have dissolved or not? It looks like the water wasn't a very good solvent for the sprinkles. But it may change some more. What about sand? Do you think sand will dissolve in water? Let's see. I'm going to see if the sand will dissolve. Now sand, it's little pieces of glass and little tiny pieces of rocks. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Do rocks usually dissolve? I'm going to stir that up. Oh. Ooh, it turned brown. You can see it's darker at the bottom than it is at the top. Look what the salt did. The salt dissolved. The salt is soluble. The water worked as a solvent for the salt. Did it work very good with the sprinkles? Ooh, they don't look very soluble. Let's look at the sand. Duke Dogs, what do you think? Did the sand dissolve? Now, I'm going to take 3 gummy bears, a green, an orange, and a red. And I'm going to put them in this container with some warm water. I'm going to stir them. And Duke Dogs, my prediction is that they will not dissolve soon, but I am going to let them stay in that container till tomorrow. I'm going to see if the gummy bears change, because I'm thinking about a word that we learned a couple of weeks ago, that is so get out your containers, some warm and cold water and some different items from your kitchen or even outside and see if they will dissolve for you. Put on your detective hat and find out. If you have a jar, you can even shake it. I put the potting soil in here and it's already, do you see what the potting soil is doing? It is floating on top of the water. How odd for soil to float. I'm going to put the lid on better. Oh, I don't want to make a big mess. There's Mr. Lion waiting for morning message tomorrow. I wonder if the potting soil will dissolve. It looks like some has dissolved, but the little white pieces have not. Very interesting. 2 hours later, looks like the gummy bears might be dissolving. The sprinkles have turned the water an odd shade of green and then floated to the top. But I don't think they're dissolved because look, they're still there. Oop. There's the sand. Looks like the sand all settled to the bottom and the water's kind of dirty. Not sure it dissolved. But here's the 2 examples of the sprinkles, the pink sugar. And the one that was in warm water, all the crystals have dissolved. But in the cold water, there's still crystals on the bottom. Duke dogs, this is the next day. I have let this sit overnight. And you know what I think? I think the gummy bears. Oh, I can still feel it. What do you think? Are they dissolving? It looks different. I think our scientific voices can say they are dissolving slowly, but they're dissolving. What about this? Something dissolved because the water changed colors and this foamy stuff is on top. Let's stir that and see what's in there. Ooh. Yeah, all the little round things are almost gone and the water turned a weird color. They're pieces, but a lot of it did dissolve. Let's look at the sand. That has almost all completely fallen to the bottom and the water's just a little cloudy. And these little weird pieces on top. But I think it's safe to say the sand did not dissolve, right? So some things dissolve and some things don't.